Positive vibration and good day to you all. This is Major. Thank you for tuning to Major TV Let's Talk. What do we do with all this information? Considering the information age, news, new things we finding out. I've learned a long time that when you haven't really properly processed things, you haven't really properly did inductive and deductive reasoning, sometimes information can drive you off the cliff. Information can make you so upset, angry, and mad. Even in Ecclesiastes, Solomon talks about with much knowledge comes much grief, and with much wisdom comes much hurt. And I'm only paraphrasing that right. Meaning once you come into this newness of information or knowledge or what have you, news or what have you, it will affect you if you are a human. If you are the people that's being oppressed or taken advantage of, even when you learn how the problem was created, where the problem comes from, even when you realize how great you are as a people and how there's so much information that's held from you, it will affect you. And when you see the ugliness of what's going on in society, to properly process it, to properly understand or overstand everything, you have to really be a person who is disciplined, who process something with not being so emotional, even though there will be some kind of attachment and concern. That's human. That's within reason. But a lot of times, we take drastic measures in addressing situations, and we respond in ways where we're so emotional that we don't really even give ourselves a chance to really understand or understand the dynamics that's going on, even stuff behind the scenes. When people call me, when they see me videos and what have you, and I said this, and I know this going on, what have you, to me it's like, if you read Neely Fuller Jr. United Compensatory System Codes, Concept, etc., etc. I don't know if I got the title exactly, it's a long title. He speaks about all this. And that whole book is all about getting to understand or understand what's going on and how to react. That's why when I hear people talk about Neely Fuller and talk about his book, which he may have several editions, you know what I'm saying, where he added stuff in there. But the core we talking about is understanding your situation and your predicament and how to respond, act, and what have you. And when I say this is the first book that I believe that there was so much logic in the sense of not just addressing the issue, but he coming from more of a scientific way of breaking down everything and what have you, and not just getting caught in all the stereotypes, all the emotional rhetoric and what have you, really be like punching it. And for me, when I watch our response of people, we get all this information. We run with certain things thinking, this is the way, this is the way. But I really believe that if we're not able to do it together, come into a room and really discuss it without using social media, without even putting ourselves out there like that. Because the funny part about it, we damn near have everything that we need as a people if we come together and make sense of it. And that's been the hardest thing. And how can you expect to be somebody when you're not organized? How do you expect to be somebody when you have already accepted for what it is, and the way you go about doing it most of the time is on social media, or you're leaving yourself exposed, whereas you can easily be snatched up by the powers that be. So for me, when I process information, I'm looking at it from all four corners. I'm asking them real serious questions. I'm looking at this and looking at that when certain moves are made and what have you. But this social media thing is not the answer in the sense of really trying to bring people together. This social media aspect can be weaponized if we have a universal message as a people. Because there's so many messages out there. There's so many messages out there. And a lot of these messages are good, but they're not organized messages. And that's bad when you can't articulate a universal message. And even if there's several messages, they be organized when you articulate them. So, for me, when you get all this information, when you find all this news, you learn about all this ugliness that's going on. Don't get so emotional that you don't rationalize what's going on. That's why it's so easy when we do something, we get caught up because we respond so fast, right? And we underestimate the enemy reaction, and then we expect the public or the community to sympathize when the community like, man, you already know the situation. We was already saying, hey, hold up, well, explain more, wait, and people are like, oh, we have no time. Yeah, we have a lot of time. Because I don't care how bad it get. And I don't know why, because things been bad for us. When people talking about, oh, it's been bad. A few at the top that really been eating and really, I guess, navigating and enjoying some of the fruits of their labor, whatever. But a lot of us been hustling and busting trying to survive. It's been bad. So when I hear this thing about, oh, we got to prepare for this, we got to prepare for this. Be ready for that. We gotta be ready if this happens, that happens. It's already been happening. Look at this country, just the states. They have the mountains. They have a lot of rural areas. Even the suburbs is coming up like cities. Like later on, they're gonna be cities. People don't talk about it. They're gonna be the next cities, the inner cities. I don't know what to say about that. But my thing is, we keep bringing these pictures like, oh, this is how it's going to be. It's already like that. With all the money that we spend, we show we got the capabilities to really take care of our own, to really build our community, but we are not doing that. Because why is not a universal message? See, I don't get caught in all the hype. I don't even get caught up into the things I see, even the police violence and what have you. Police are the police of the state. They represent the power that be to oppress us, right? Rightfully so, we should have an outcry. Rightfully so, we should be tired of nonsense. I'm not against that. I've not been one to say, oh, we shouldn't say that. My big concern is you have people that have been at the top for so long in our community. You have people that have the influences, and they're chosen how they want to do their thing, and that's their own thing. But when if you're not willing to come together, the messages become diluted, they become weak. Because why? You got one person saying this, you have another person saying that, you have one person saying this, and then what's so sad is we're publicly attacking each other and what have you, as opposed to talking about it and clarifying what's going on. If something had been stated that wasn't correct or information that wasn't, we shouldn't go on social media and do this. As well as the fact of how we just attack each other like it's crazy. How can you talk about the enemy, but you turn your energy on people that's in the community trying to do something? Yeah, they may have some question marks, some things might be somewhat questionable, but they only got a small fraction of people in our community that's really hardcore following them. You have a larger portion of our people that's not even really, listen to this person or what have you, for whatever reason, what have you. From what I'm saying, I'm not saying they don't know it, but I'm just saying they're not and I'm seeing it, I'm like, we have a quiet, like I said, quiet. We have an obvious civil war in our community. And we've been having a civil war since the time we've been in this country. What is right for us? And having those talks behind closed doors, having a united message, a united cause has been hard. I think it's something sensitive we are forced sometimes to come together and talk. Do we do it? I don't know. I can't speak for what I don't know or speak about what I don't know. But what I see, it's too many different messages. Do I think we need our people to speak on our community? Yes. Do I think we need a media or a news source or somebody to be capable to touch on some real conversations and not misguided, misinformation, propaganda, stuff that's not helpful towards us? Yeah, we definitely need to have something to counter that. But I feel like the message is just not a message or messages as one. And see, we like one thing with all the intelligence, the creativity, even the money that we show we can make and create. We haven't been able to be like them that when they get into it, and they can get into it hard. And I'm talking about the powers that be, enemies or what have you. When it's time to take you down, anybody else down, they're going to come together. But for us, it's vice versa. When we get into it, or when we be at it, we see red. We don't see coming together and fighting enemies. That's why I guess so many platforms of people or organizations that talk the way they talk or do what they do are not going to take it seriously about the community, because it's going to take a community effort. I mean, I've met people that just feel like this is the way or that is the way. And then they be so starch, hardcore about it that they're not trying to hit up for nobody else. I feel like we're trying to build alliance, allegiance. You're trying to create a movement that's powerful for all people. You're going to have to lead across. So you're going to reach across aisles. You're going to have to work with people that you probably wouldn't have worked with to probably meet that person or persons or people that can be a contribution in some kind of way. So this is Major TV. It just was on my mind to talk about this because there's so much information, so much news, so much stuff that's spewed in our community. And a lot of times it's not a united message. And even though we can get behind the Kyrie Nichols situation of how they brutally beat and killed this young man, covered it up, what have you, EMTs, 5 support workers and what have you, that didn't even really want to facilitate and try to help save this man's life. And rightfully so, we should have said something and continue to say something. The problem is just much larger than that. It's much larger than that. And I just have to just say that. Thank you so much for viewing this video. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for those who've been up for day one and those just tuning in. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. I don't do as many videos, but I'm gonna keep something for the people. And that's the way of returning the love and support in our community, by supporting each other and pushing certain narratives, pushing people, organizations, and platforms that's really out here doing the work, that's really trying to organize, that's really trying to get behind a universal message for the people. Until then, y'all stay focused, take care, and just be you. Peace.